What's up, people? It is week 7, and it is pain management week, unfortunately. Came in on Saturday and gingerly went through the motions. Was able to high bar squat as scheduled. Didn't raise the weights, just maintained the weights from last week. So 295 on the heavy single and 250 for 3 sets of 5. Found this to be only slightly uncomfortable, but otherwise not so bad. Yeah, I mentioned last week that the pain is, in my low back. I was able to narrow it down further. It is definitely in my hip where the source is. It's on my left side, and when it gets really irritated, the pain just kind of radiates through the whole lower back, so it's hard to tell precisely where it's coming from if you don't know. But you don't need hips to bench, so that's good. We can definitely still bench, and this is my final set of my 6 sets of 2 on Saturday strength day. Still moving with decent speed on that final set, so that is good stuff. Now here, coming into Sunday, this is where I think I'm going to have to make some changes. Low bar squats went okay and didn't feel particularly horrible during, and still able to move some decent weight. But problem is, afterwards, it was definitely irritated, although it could have been more the deadlifts, which you're going to see coming up in a bit. So the first change that I'm going to make going forward is drop these 3x5 volume work, especially on Wednesday low bar squats, and just do bunch of lunges, very similar to what I was doing last year, which was just a heavy single followed by more lunges to get my volume in. And obviously that's not my preferred setup. However, we have to roll with the punches as they come at us. But here we have a new PR on the 3x5 OHP. Got 120 on the bar, only 15 more pounds to add before I hit my goal for this year of 135. Yeah. So since I knew that deadlifts were going to be a problem this week, one of the first changes I made was to move any deadlift movement to the end of the workout. That way, if something disastrous happened, at least I got the rest of the workout done already. And another thing I did was I tried to figure out, is there a way that I can get the same approximate amount of volume in with much lighter weights? And what I came up with, as you're going to see in high speed in just a moment here, is to basically start at 185, add 10 pounds to the bar for 5 sets in a row, and basically take minimal rest. And this actually worked pretty well. The pump in my lower back was just insane. And on this first go round, I ended up having to take a brief break after 215 was done before I did the final set of 225, which is why it is in a separate clip. And even though that style may not stay in the near term simply because it really did irritate my hip a bit, particularly on Monday when I did it, the same thing with sumo stance, I think it might show up in my workouts going forward because necessity being the mother of invention, I really enjoyed that. And it's almost like a race to 25 kind of setup as opposed to like a race to 40. And like I said, it was kind of new and the burn was just awesome. Moving towards Tuesday, it started to become clear to me that what I am currently doing is, at best, preventing my issue from getting better, and at worst, actually making it worse. Because I did the planned workout on Tuesday, which was 250 on the high bar squats and 177.5 on the stiff leg deadlifts. And at some point on Tuesday, I was driving my car, and just trying to work the clutch in my car was causing some lighting up of that hip area. So I was like, you know what? It's time to unwind it and just get things healed up before we move on. But we still crushed the bench, which is great. This is the third set of 5 of 215. It's moving pretty good. Gotta like that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So as you're going to see here, in hyperspeed, unwound the weights, 135 on squats, 95 pounds on stiff leg deadlifts, and yeah, it's hump day! And even though we didn't do our usual heavy squat crushing, heavy deadlift crushing, it was actually still good because this actually seemed to be therapeutic. The movement as medicine kind of theme, it has to be therapeutic, not aggravating. You know what I'm saying? And the results of this for me were pretty instantaneous. Things felt a lot better on Wednesday, and then subsequently going into Thursday, because I did the same protocol on Thursday, could definitely get in and out of my car and drive it without lighting up my hip, which is good. And you know what this got me thinking of? High school. You know why? Because in high school, all we did, bench, no squats, no deadlifts, more bench, some shoulders, lots of biceps, because, gotta get ready for beach day. Oh man, good times. Anyway, yeah, so it looks like we're just going to keep things unloaded until we have no pain in the affected area, and then we'll be able to start pushing things back up somewhat slowly, although not super slow. I think last time I had an injury and came back, I went too slow coming back and was kind of just wasting time. I think I could have pushed that up a little bit quicker. So anyway, that's pretty much wrapping things up for this week, people. Not a terrible week, all things considered, because first half of the week we actually got some work done, even though it probably wasn't the smartest thing to be doing. But you have to try it, I think, before saying uncle. You know what I mean? You got to say, make me stop. And in this case, it did. But sometimes you say that and then it doesn't, so you can actually just keep going. Anyway, whatever. We're going to keep rocking. And week 7 volume update. Yeah, look at that jump in volume. That's what high reps and low weights will do. It is the king when it comes to lots of volume. And 2018 goals update screen. Still injured. Boo hiss. Well, what are you going to do? New 3x5 records, though, on the bench in OHP. Gotta like that. 12K chin-ups. We're currently at 2,032 and currently at 1.21 million pounds for the year. And last but not least, the diet data screen. Another good week of counting calories, and the weight was up 0.87 pounds to 143.6. I think at some point I was planning on talking about how fast my weight is going up, but I think we got sidetracked by the injury discussion, so maybe that'll be next week's topic. Well, whatever. Until then, take care.